Welcome to SnakChat, the show where we chat with guests and we do some taste tests. And today we're snacking and chatting with Allie Hall. She is the Franklin County Solid Waste Coordinator, and you may know her as the host of Trash Talk, segments that air on Around 10. But welcome to SnakChat, Allie.
Thank you so much for having me, Zach. I'm scared already. It stinks in here, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I don't know why it would. As folks can see on our watch shot here, loads of Funyuns options and some Dr. Pepper Peeps as well, so that'll be really fun to get to as we do our taste test. And it is probably creating a little bit of an odor here in our studio that,
I'm excited. I'm more of a savory person anyway. I'm not a big soda person, but Dr. Pepper is probably my favorite.
Okay.
And I love oniony things. I don't know if I told you that before. I don't
think
so.
I don't think so. There's a weird sort of energy that we put out with SnakChat that somehow we get guests on. There's no conversation, just a peek behind the curtain. There's no conversation ahead of time with folks about what kind of snacks are available or that we'll have. And it tends to work out. So I'm glad that you do like onion flavor.
Allie reminds me of onions.
She has layers, right?
Yes.
Layers
so
like
layers.
an onion. So you kind of brought it up about your relationship to snacks. You said you're more of a savory instead of sweets. Mm-hmm. And then do you actually reach for savory, or do you do some sweet, or do you do something else entirely?
I reached for just a block of cheese, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Any style of cheese, or just any that's in the fridge?
I love cheese.
Yeah,
I'm into pimento cheese right now.
Yeah.
I love a beer cheese dip.
Mm-hmm.
I was just at SIG. I got the bacon cheese dogger, and then I got extra beer cheese on top.
Whoa.
And everyone was really jealous, asked me what it was. I'm like, you get beer cheese on top of the cheese dog.
Yeah. And that's not that's sort of a secret menu thing that you've created and asked for. Okay.
Yeah. Every Tuesday, Frankfurt Striders, they're like, okay,
that's right.
What combo are we doing? Yeah.
You got to carb up either before or after the run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After, definitely.
And backing up just a little bit, how long have you lived in Frankfurt, and then sort of what brought you here originally?
Oh, yeah. Great question. I moved to Frankfurt in December 2021, and I am from Louisville originally, but I lived away from Kentucky for 7 years. I was living in Phoenix in a tiny house on wheels, loved it so much. And I got hired with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture. So I moved to Frankfurt. Yeah. And I was like, people live in Frankfurt, right? Whatever. I'll just tow it down, park there. There's tons of hip young people in Frankfurt. It'll be great.
Right.
And I got to the Department of Ag, and I was like, where do you guys live? And they're all like, Lexington. I was like, that's weird. Well, I live here now. So I was at Kentucky River Campground. I lived there for 2 years. Loved it.
Yeah.
Great spot. But I moved here to work for the state, basically. Mm-hmm. But in December 21 was when we had a historic flood and ice storm.
Uh-huh.
I haven't lived anywhere with adverse weather in 7 years. I was like, did I make a terrible mistake?
Right.
But having all 4 seasons is really fun, and I have just grown to fall in love with Frankfurt and the community here.
Oh, yeah.
I love connecting with people here, so many great people.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that I meet just cares so deeply about this town.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody has a sort of a sense of ownership over Frankfurt, and in the best possible way. And everybody cares.
Absolutely.
And it's got, because Frankfurt's got that charm too, where it's you have state government here, we have the capital, lots of stuff going on in town, but it also has a little bit of a small town feel as well, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect blend.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any other things that you love about Frankfurt? Is there a certain sort of spot you want to shout out, or thing that you like to do here in Frankfurt? You mentioned SIG and the Striders Club. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Shout out to Engine House Coffee.
Right. Yeah, it's a good spot.
Working downtown now, they're just a couple doors down.
Yeah.
We love having them there, and they've been a great community partner with our projects. And
for sure.
So they're really great to have right there. And I just had the Bananas Foster Latte today.
Whoa.
Okay, you can only get that until March 8th, I think. They're limited
Whoa.
Mardi Gras menu.
Yeah.
Every fancy latte I get from there, I'm not even like a sweet drinks person. Now I am.
Yeah, right, because of that.
They're rocking my world with these recipes that I've never seen anywhere. So
yeah, they do a great job with the specialty drinks and like keeping it in touch with the time of year and like the holiday as well. They do a good job.
Yeah.
That's a good one to shout out.
I love working downtown though. I'll run into you.
Yeah.
I'll see Susie with DFI. It's great to just see different people downtown.
We did another peek behind the curtain. Last year, we did a trash talk segment where it was Alley on the Street, and we saw people, and it was all organic, right? Like you were talking to sort of strangers that we were meeting, but we did just sort of run into Blair and Eric with the city, and was Susie with them too that day too? Yeah.
Them.
So it's like you just randomly run into the executive director of Downtown Frankfurt Incorporated.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
You'll see the mayor all the time,
Yep.
and I'm like, you're not getting that in Louisville.
No,
so it's really special here in Frankfurt.
I agree. Yep, I feel like I've seen the mayor at so many different places downtown and just around town. Yeah, you're not really getting that in other communities. Hey, I think it's time for us to try our first snack today.
Okay.
As we said, we're doing some different new and interesting flavors of Funyuns. So all of them are different and unique in their own way. We're gonna start out. So two of these look a little bit similar. So we're gonna see if we make a mistake here. We'll figure it out. But the first one we're gonna attempt to do is the Steakhouse Onion Funyuns.
Ooh, I'm excited.
How do you feel about like a steakhouse? Like, are you into like going to steakhouses?
Love them.
Like, yeah?
I kind of forget about them. Love them, but it never comes to mind where I want to go to a steakhouse. But whenever I do, I'm like, why don't I go to a steakhouse more often?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like they have that perfect way of like putting the vibes out there. Like I can smell like a steakhouse. Like if we go to a movie or something and you get out of the car, something smells delicious. Oh, it's probably the steakhouse kind of nearby.
I love a low lighting situation.
Oh, yeah.
I still need to go to the Delegate, Cypress and Oak, the steakhouse there.
Yeah,
Looking
right. I do
that.
too. I need to try that as well.
But it's been a couple years since I've had a bloomin' onion, and I'm excited to see if this brings back memories.
Okay. So these are the on your plate. They're the deep, not the red ones, of course, because we're saving those for the flaming hot. They're the deep. What do we see here? Deep brown, kind of look like bloomin' onions. I think that's a good shout. Yeah. And then the other one is kind of we'll get to that one in a second. But a little background info. The Steakhouse Onion Funyuns go way back.
No way.
They originally debuted in 2015, like 10 years ago. Isn't that wild? We promise this bag is not from 2015. They were discontinued in 2018, however, but they reappeared on shelves back in September of last year, which was good news to Steakhouse Onion Funyun fans that signed a petition to Frito-Lay to bring this specific Funyun back. It was pretty popular. Evidently, people loved and still love these things.
I wish that was my passion project.
I know.
That's so fun.
Let's see if we love these as well. Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Good crunch. Yeah.
ASMR.
I think we chose the right one, right? Steakhouse. Is it kind of like a bloomin' onion?
I think this is the right one.
Yeah.
But how do you identify an onion flavored onion chip? I think
that's a good point. Like a steakhouse onion, because I think I'm just getting a little bit more seasoning. Because we mentioned that you do like Funyuns, right? It's been a little while maybe since you've had one, but it almost just is like a Funyun with some different seasoning. Something, yeah. But it's not like overpowering, I wouldn't say, right? What do you think?
No, it's not spicy. It has way more of a flavor kick, though.
Yeah. Not as spicy as I'm imagining the Flamin' Hot ones will be. But we'll get to that here in a little bit. More chats for you. Working with you on Trash Talk, we've learned that you're also a fan of comedy and comedian yourself, right?
Yes.
You would say. Okay. So that does have us wondering, who are your top 3 favorite comedians? Or if you can't keep it to 3, just shout out some of the comedians that you like.
Okay. Love so many comedians.
Yeah, okay.
I would say I probably watch less comedy now that I'm doing comedy because I'm trying to really focus on my own organic cadence and style.
Yeah.
But Nikki Glazer, I've always been a fan, for at least 8 or 10 years. Love her.
She's great.
And she just did the Golden Globes.
Yeah. Oh, and she knocked it out of the park, right?
I showed my family her 10-minute intro set.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so quick. And she'll just lead you one way and hard pivot. And the things she says are so shocking. I think she's very, very smart.
One thing I got from her in the Golden Globes is you can tell she's a fan. Like, she's into it as well, like into the TV shows and the movies that they were highlighting that night, which isn't always the case with some of the folks they get. But there was like an appreciation there.
They were such industry-specific jokes, and I just found out, too, she only had a couple days to pull that together, which makes it even more insane. Yeah, they were going with someone else, and she came in as a sub.
Wow.
And she just knocked it out.
I feel like she's got the gig next year, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see her every time.
Yeah, for sure.
She's good.
What other comedians?
Someone else that comes to mind, Anthony Jeselnik. I think he does what people would call dark humor well.
Okay.
Like, I think some people are just very mean or gross in the name of dark humor as an excuse. And I think he actually has the formula down. Not family friendly. Anyone I'm naming is not family friendly, so don't go watch those people. But
put the kids away and check that one out.
Yeah, after 10 p.m. or something.
Right.
But yeah, anyone that does comedy and is just really smart is great. And then Taylor Tomlinson also is kind of an obvious choice.
She kind of has a little late night gig going, right? Did I remember that? Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I love to see her doing that and her Netflix specials. She speaks to like the late 20s, early 30s single experience really well. So I think a lot of her jokes most women can relate to.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
And so you said you're not watching a ton of comedy because you're kind of trying to hone in and develop your own sort of style. I mean, to that end, or do any of those comedians you mentioned or maybe some other ones either inspire your style or was there a certain one that maybe said, I see you out there doing it. I'm going to try to take a swing at it. Was there any kind of inspiration there?
Yeah. I don't think storytelling is my strongest suit.
Okay.
And so I see people at open mic night at Comedy Off Broadway telling a longer form story. I also go to Caravan in Louisville. You get a little bit more time there. So people will launch into this story about their childhood bully and the things they experienced. And then there'll be this big, crazy thing at the end and everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
And no stories to me come to mind. And so I try to have my jokes all be somewhat related. I try to pick a theme. So just throughout the month, throughout the week, I just jot things down that I find interesting or humorous.
Yeah.
In the news, things I observe day to day. And then when it's a couple weeks out from when I'm scheduled to go up, I'll think about, okay, what's the cohesive theme? And one time I talked about, like, here's some tips if you're feeling, like, down and sad. Like, go to the dentist in Kentucky. They'll make you feel so good. Wow, you have all your teeth. Like, and so that was a fun one. But just trying to pick an overall theme and then tie everything back in is what I try to do. But I really like when comics lead you somewhere, you think the joke's going to go one way, and then there's a hard pivot.
Yeah.
And so I try to do that as much as I can, but I don't know. It'll take time to really get there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those skills and one of those things where it takes practice and getting out in front of people. How has that stage of it been? Sort of, but did you feel like you had any kind of stage fright going into it, and is it still a struggle or?
I get a little nervous. I think who wouldn't. The thing that I want people to know is when you're on stage, like the lights here are really bright. When you're on stage at open mic nights, at least at these two locations, you cannot see anyone at all.
Wow.
It's like
not
your
even
vision
like
is
first
just
row.
white. No. I'll strain to kind of point at someone if I'm trying to reference the crowd, but you can't see anything. And so that's been interesting. So the first time I got up there, I was like, whoa, you can't see.
I feel like, and you like hear, like when you hear the laughs, it's almost like Oh, okay. There are people in the room.
Yeah. At the Department of Ag, I was asked to do different public speaking things, especially during state fair, helping with the cooking stage.
Yeah.
And that really helped me get over any stage fright I did have. And with this current role, I love coming on Cable 10. I love doing community outreach, but I'm not public speaking as much as I would like to.
Yeah.
That's why I signed up a year ago.
Just to get back into it.
Just practice being on stage.
And I've seen, and before, you've been in some of the schools and giving presentations and stuff there. So that's all kind of leading into it. Not able to do a sort of type 5 in the schools, but talking about really important stuff.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time, yeah.
We did do a recycling set. There we go.
Yeah, I like that.
I could come up with plenty of content just based on resident calls alone.
Yeah.
So, no, but I think public speaking, if you can develop that skill, I think anyone can benefit from it in general.
Sure.
So
yeah,
it's been fun.
All right. I think, speaking of having fun, we're going to try another snack here. We're going to move on to the Maruchan. How would you pronounce that? Maruchan?
Oh, no. I don't know. I love ramen, though.
I didn't have a problem with it until literally this moment when I was trying to pronounce it. Maruchan, maybe? Hot and spicy chicken ramen Funyuns.
I'm so excited. I had chicken ramen for breakfast.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how you just knew that. But
ramen is good any day, any time of the day as well. I'm excited about this one as well. They debuted in August 2024. So they're new kids on the block.
Okay.
Mixed but slightly positive reviews, according to the chip fans out there. Common complaint, however, was that the ramen seasoning wasn't consistent. Some bags having plain Funyuns, basically. So might need to try several. But I feel like the one I've got here has got a good amount of sort of seasoning.
I aspire to be observant enough to notice the seasoning consistency in my chips. Yeah. That's impressive.
It is impressive, yeah. Because sometimes people just know. They can see it, and like we need more something on here. So
I think I would finish the bag before I even tasted it, probably.
Honestly, yeah, I'm the same way. That's why the bags can't come to the couch with me anymore. I gotta make the little bowl and put a handful in there, and then when I'm done. The bag's up. So
that's a life hack. Yeah, that's
it really is. Yeah, I've had to learn the hard way. Many a bag has just been destroyed in one sitting. Well, let's try these out. The Maruchan hot and spicy chicken ramen Funyuns.
Okay, cheers.
Again, Funyuns, they got the crunch down.
I like this one way better.
I am finding that I like it way better as well. Why is that?
Good.
Why is that for you? You think does it taste different? It tastes a little better?
I can't think of any better descriptor than the onion ones were a little boring. This is really, I don't know, umami flavor. It's like a whole mouth flavor experience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other one I think the other one was more fun than regular Funyuns, but it was just onion still.
It was only slightly, but I wouldn't even say it was better. It was just different. Mm-hmm. This is almost better, I would say, right?
These are new, as you're saying. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need to look out for these. These are good.
Oh, yeah. And I think the first time that Funyuns has partnered with an official collaboration with another brand. So maybe we'll see kind of more of that.
Okay.
Who knows?
Really
That's pretty good. I would eat more of that, though, honestly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to take this bag home. Thank you.
That's all you.
Thank you.
That's all you. Parting gift for Allie today. Okay, another question for you. We also learned that working with you here on Trash Talk and on Around Tim, that you are also a horror movie fan.
Oh, yeah. I feel so seen today.
Right. We
Thank
remember.
you.
We listen, right?
Oh, my gosh.
So, first question about horror. Name a couple of your favorite horror movies. What are some that come to mind for you?
I just finished watching, oh gosh. I need to pull out IMDb. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. You mentioned
anything by Ari Aster. Is that what you're going to say?
No, but go for it.
Ari Aster, A24, Hereditary. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, you just watched it?
No.
Okay, but that's
I
one
was
of your
just
faves.
watching Pearl and that whole series.
Yes, okay.
Which is also A24. Really enjoyed that series. Maxine was great. But anything Ari Aster, A24, Hereditary, so scary. Like at this point now, for me to be like, to feel like it takes a lot. And the final 30 minutes of Hereditary was a masterpiece.
It's wild.
It was very creative. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, so. I'd always that movie. It's wild to think that movie is it 10 years or 11 years old at this point? Which is hard to think. Yeah, but no. I remember. Yeah, time slips away. I remember seeing that in a theater. And I remember at the end, I had to basically like peel myself off of the chair because it was so scary. And I was just like, I didn't realize it. You know, I was so stressed out during it. Oh,
yeah. Okay, I have to say, since you mentioned the theater.
Yes.
I watch horror movies on Sundays in the afternoon, daylight.
Daylight at home.
That's my ritual.
At home or in a theater?
At home.
Yeah, because you got to have the daylight.
I've only seen a handful of horror movies in theaters just because it's not as common to go anymore,
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
My partner and I saw Smile 2 in theaters. Yes. I think I was telling you about that.
Yeah, you did tell me about this.
I almost ran out of the theater in terror. The gore was next level. Never seen anything like that. And just the surround sound, it's dark. I'm not used to the horror movie theater experience. I'm like, I can't look away. There's nothing to distract me. It was really intense. Like I need to check my Oura ring and see if I was having heart palpitations or something.
Like spike like during that period. Yeah.
Smile 2, tread lightly.
Okay.
Like maybe I left the theater and I said, I will probably not recommend that to anyone. I was so scared. And then my partner Colin turns on, without me realizing, the soundtrack. We get in the car and I'm like, no.
You gotta shut it off.
This eerie music building. Like, stop. It like took me 3 business days to recover from that movie.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I was so scared. So, but that's so rare, but I think it is the movie theater experience is elevated.
You're locked in, the lights are off, and it's the big screen, and you're experiencing it with lots of other people, potentially. Do you remember what was like sort of the first horror movie that made you realize, like, hey, I'm into this. I like these movies.
I saw It, the original miniseries. Well, this is not an answer to your question, actually.
No, that's fine.
In 6th grade, first horror movie I've ever seen. And I did not watch a horror movie for like 15 years after that. I was like, no, that scared me so bad.
Yeah.
Pennywise. Now I love Pennywise, but very scary.
But the OG, like Tim Curry, Pennywise from the miniseries.
Yeah.
Right?
I just never seen anything like it. I was like, why would we do this? Why would we watch this? And then something about graduating college and having to be financially responsible and accountable, horror movies started to almost soothe me in a way where I'm like, you know what? Life isn't that hard. You know, at least I'm not dealing with a demon in my house. You know, it's not that bad. And it gave me a sense of comfort. Which is probably very weird and sad, but that's how I got into them.
I like that. You know, some folks are like, oh, I want to see the supernatural. I want to see something that might not exist in real life, or I want to like be terrified. I want to be scared. But I think that's a cool approach to it. It's like, hey, at least I don't have like a demon possessing my home. You know, like I just need to go to the grocery and I don't feel like it.
Really helps me stay positive.
Yeah.
I look around, I shake it off. Sunday afternoon, I'm like, whew, I have it pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Taxes are fine. It's not that scary. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that leads us into our next snack for today. Hopefully, I don't know what your relationship is to spicy food, but hopefully that's not as terrifying as, you know, maybe the Terrifier series or Hereditary.
Not as terrifying. I'd say I got into spicy food and horror movies same time, though. Same thing.
Oh, yeah. This is a nice relationship.
Yeah. Spicing things up.
So the Flamin' Hot ones, they're very obvious on our plate because they're bright red. A lot of that Flamin' Hot seasoning.
That red 40. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's the Funyuns have been around since So Funyuns themselves have been around since 1969. I was like, there's no way the Flamin' Hot's been around that long. Funyuns themselves have been around since 1969. Outside the original flavor, only Flamin' Hot, Spicy Queso, and the other 2 we tried today have been released so far. Okay. So it sounds like they're really experimenting lately. It's not clear when the Funyun entry into the Lay's Flamin' Hot line came about. It's worth noting, too, that a 5th variant will roll out in the first quarter of this year. Sour cream and Funyun flavored Funyuns.
That sounds good.
So Funyun flavored Funyuns. I don't really know why we're doing that. They could just say like sour cream, right? Like sour cream mixed with like Funyun, something like that.
They just want make sure people really understand. We got to drive it home.
We got to drive the point home that it's sour cream and onion.
Yeah.
I get that.
In case people forgot.
Yeah. But do you eat like Flamin' Hot brand chips or anything like that outside?
I like Flamin' Hot stuff, but the Cheetos that are jalapeno flavored, have you had those?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Those are, to me, S tier. Yeah, way up there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So good. It's like cheesy, but you get the heat versus Flamin' Hot Cheetos. You're not getting that cheesy. No. Cheese. So
yeah, it's just heat.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Yeah.
Which is, so.
We'll see how this goes. I really liked the last time we did one of these, we did a Flamin' Hot flavored popcorn.
Okay.
And I actually really liked it more than I would say like a Flamin' Hot Cheeto. So cheers.
Okay.
We'll try this out. Thankfully, we have our water here today. We're being safe in case we need it.
I like the texture, I think, better with this than Cheetos. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, as far as if you're having something that's Flamin' Hot flavored, a vessel, right? Like, you would rather it be in, like, kind of the Funyun shape than Cheetos.
It's less dense, yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, it's hot. It's Flamin' Hot. That's kind of what you're dealing with. But it does have the onion flavoring as well.
Yeah, I think I like those better.
Better
than Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Better than what? Regular?
Flamin' Hot Cheetos, regular
Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Oh, okay. How do they rank with the 3 we've tried today?
Ramen one for the win, for sure.
Yeah, that's way up there, right?
That was really good.
That is really good.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's like number 1, Flamin' Hot 2, and then Steakhouse 3.
Which were good, just not blowing me away. Yeah. Yeah, those were good.
They were not quite as blooming, I don't think, on those. Okay, I got a question for you. I got a fun hypothetical.
Okay.
Considering the last 2 subjects that we've had. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right. Would you rather do an hour-long stand-up routine in front of people you know, including coworkers?
Okay.
So folks you work with, people you know and love as well, all intermingling for an hour-long set that you've already got, right? You've already got that prepared, and you know exactly what you're going to say and do. Or be stuck inside a horror movie world of your choosing for 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Probably the horror movie world one. 15 minutes, I'd pick Midsummer and just try to frolic.
Yeah.
And avoid any other debauchery. Yeah. So I would pick that.
Avoid falling Scandinavians or bear kind of things going on in Midsommar. Yeah, you'd go with that.
Yeah,
I think that's a good call. I think because it says a lot about, how you feel, like if you're more terrified about doing stand-up for coworkers, or if you feel like you can survive okay in the horror movie world, but you feel confident.
Hour-long routine would be a fun challenge for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm kind of masochistic with inviting people.
Yeah.
So
cool.
My dad's coworkers have come to see me before. And Richard and Anna Marie Rosen came to see me. So if people will ask like, "Oh, I heard this. What do you do?" And I'll just be like, "Yeah, you can come."
Yeah.
Whatever.
And do you know, like, have you thought about what inspires that? Like, do you just think more the merrier? Come and check it out, and but you're not thinking too much about who's in the crowd that night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I try not to think too much who's there. And I try not to say anything on stage I wouldn't say in person anyway.
I think that's fair.
So, and I think, I just want to show up as my authentic self in spaces as much as I can. I think when I first started working in government, I was really nervous about like having a bumper sticker on my car or whatever. And now I'm like, this is me, and this is not representative of who I work for per se, but I am me, and I don't know. I think certain things are funny. And yeah. So
I like that. Okay, you mentioned bumper stickers, and it's almost like you read my script.
Oh no!
Because I just
That's
do
so
know
funny.
that we've seen, like we said, we've done Trash Talk here for over a year now. It's kind of hard to believe,
Oh, wow.
right? It was like
Yeah.
December, January last year.
That's crazy.
So we've seen your car parked outside, and know that
Mm-hmm.
you are a fan of I call them the arts on your car parts. What inspired your appreciation for bumper stickers or stickers in general? Because we know you like to put stickers on your water bottle as well.
Yes. I've always liked stickers a lot. And I think that sometimes my interests will really change. When I was living out west, I volunteered with horses, and I loved like the Western like cowgirl aesthetic. Still love that. But I don't have any tattoos at all because I think that, again, the things I'm fixating on can shift, but stickers, you can like rip them off and throw something else on. Pile them on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's something kind of temporary a little bit about it, or you can kind of put something else on it and cover it up, like you said.
Yeah, it's a little less committal, but still making a fun statement. I think unhinged bumper stickers are really funny. And then I also have an online sticker store, and I sell some of my stickers at the Kentucky Flower Market. So,
Oh, no way. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just wandered right into a nice little plug opportunity for
yeah,
you.
there you go.
That's really cool. At where do you sell them?
At the Kentucky Flower Market downtown.
Yeah, okay, on St. Clair? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're all feminist farm themed since I used to farm for a short stint. So, yeah, it's really special to me. But I haven't been as active with the stickers lately, but I'm still super proud of that collection I made. So
That's very cool.
Yeah.
You just design them and like put them out there.
hand drew them.
Whoa.
Yeah, we got, let's see, Squash the Patriarchy right
That's
here.
one of yours. Okay.
And I've seen that downtown on some places, like on
Yeah.
doors and stuff. So that's pretty neat.
That is neat.
I think that's the only one that's mine on here, but just, I don't know. I have fun with it.
Okay, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but they're all hand drawn, and then my partner edited them in Photoshop.
And it's a collaboration at the home. I like that. That's very cool. Okay, our final snack. We've been having a good time chatting and snacking. We've made it to our final one. You mentioned that you don't drink a ton of soda these days, but if you do, your favorite was what? Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. What
Okay.
is it, 23 flavors or something?
Yeah, right. Like special spices and something, whatever they call it. So we have the Dr. Pepper themed Peeps. They appear, a little background info, they appear to have debuted in 2023 as part of the 70th anniversary of Peeps. Originally a Walmart exclusive, and this year they're available nationwide.
Oh my gosh. I just smelled this and gasped. It smells so good.
It does smell pretty good. Have you heard of the hack of opening like the thing of Peeps and letting them get stale?
Why?
I think it does something to the outside, and it kind of like gives a little extra crunch, but it doesn't mess with the inside at all. That's a
Okay.
hack that I've learned from my in-laws. So
Wow.
my family that I've married into. That was that was like one of their big hacks. Like you got to no, and it's every time somebody comes home with a thing of with a Peeps. Not really in our house, but like there, somebody that's like immediately go ahead and open them, let them sit for a day or two. And
Don't
that's the
eat
thing.
it yet. They have to ferment.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think we probably just opened these for freshness, right? We wanted to make sure that
Yeah, I like fresh ones.
we like fresh
Call me
Peeps.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's give these a go.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
That actually is good.
What?
I'm not even a Peep person, but that's pretty solid.
That's a soda explosion of flavor in your mouth. Wow.
It
How
really
did they
does.
make it effervescent? Like it.
Yeah. It tastes just like Dr. Pepper.
Wow.
How'd they do that? Tell me how they do.
I'm scared.
How have they done that?
This is the 15-minute horror movie. Help. Oh my gosh.
Wow. I don't think I've ever wanted to buy a thing of Peeps until now. Really, have in my home.
I'm keeping an eye out for those. Those are really good. All these were 10 out of 10, to be honest. Great choices.
That's right. Hats off to Brett. he did a great job today of getting our snacks ready. And they were all pretty solid, right? Nothing that we hated, nothing that was bad.
Thank you, Brett.
Yeah, hats off to Brett. Nice work. And Allie, nice work to you. You survived.
Yay!
SnakChat. Yay! Okay, is there anything else? We mentioned the stickers at the flower market on St. Clair. But is there anything else that you want to plug? We mentioned you are the coordinator for solid waste in Franklin County. Is there anywhere they can find folks, or folks can find solid waste?
Yes, you can find any updates about solid waste, so trash and recycling in Franklin County, on Franklin County KY Solid Waste on Facebook, and FranklinCO_solid waste on Instagram. So we love posting updates on there. I just got an AmeriCorps educator working with me now, so we've been doing a lot of outreach, so it's been fun. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Allie Hall, thanks so much for hanging out with us today and being the guest on SnakChat.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. I always love to come here and work with you guys.
Yeah. So. All right. That's it for us today on SnakChat, and we will see you next time, and we will snack and chat with somebody else. We'll see you later.
Woo! Bye. Or are you sure you want to have me on again? Because I want to snack more. Yummy. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, we're just going to finish these.
Are you pranking us?
I was waiting to see how long it took.
I'm ready. I'm gonna go frolic. If I'm in a horror movie but you give me Funyuns, I'm fine.
You'd be okay?
Yeah. I feel like, do ghosts even have power if you don't react? Just eat a snack or something. And don't be scared.
Okay, you're clear.